GAMMA title. Introducing first, currently making his way down to the pit to do battle. Fighting out of the blue corner, give me Tyrese Cunningham.
Tyrese the Storm Cunningham, 59-8-2. I mean, that's an amazing record. 69 fights. He's only 19 years old. He's been training since he was 7. I mean, 69 fights by the time you're 19. The rumor is, when he was born, the doctor tried to slap him. He blocked it, slapped him back, 1-0.
All right. That makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, you want to start early, like they say. Start early.
But in all seriousness, folks, these two, this is a rematch. They fought 1 month ago, and Tyrese the Storm Cunningham, who you see in the ring now, beat Daryl Campbell, who's coming to the ring. It was a technical match, but Cunningham said he came ahead in the end.
About to make his way down the stage to the ring to do battle. Fighting out of the red corner, this is Daryl Campbell.
Daryl Campbell is one of the most exciting people in the 120-pound division right now. He's out of striking 101 with Sensei John Ruiz. He started with karate at 11 by his father. He's had 4 fights this year. He's gone 1-3, but every one of those fights has been close. And you know how it goes with decisions. And he's been, at one point he literally moved and lived in the gym. Like, he would sleep there, live there 24/7. And he's an extremely dynamic fighter and both of these guys are very mentally tough, but Daryl Campbell, to me, embodies a different level of toughness than you see in most fighters. And the crew that he runs with at Striking 101, you see Diego Yeagazar there. He's got Akeem Sanford, Savannah Graham. He just has a team of killers all around him. And this is a highly, highly anticipated fight here. Now, I don't know how this is going to go. I have no way of knowing how to call this. But speaking of families in the gym, Tyrese the Storm Cunningham, trained by his father Tyrone and Nico Cunningham. So it's a family affair for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the introductions. This bout scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. 120-pound weight class for the Gamma New York State title. Introducing first, standing before me right now, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Militia Fight Academy, this is Tyrese Cunningham! And his opponent, standing to my left, fighting out of the red corner, representing Striking 101, this is Daryl Campbell.
Daryl goes by the Last Dragon Campbell.
I love that, Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you can see the height difference there. I mean, and the reach, and this is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. What Cunningham told us, Cunningham in the blue there, is, in their first fight, it was technical, but he won and he came ahead in the later rounds. So we're going to see how this goes now. And he anticipates a different game plan from Campbell, but this is going to be fast. Do not blink, folks.
Again, this is 5 rounds because it is for a title. So that maybe does change strategies, right? But they don't seem to be starting slow.
No.
Head kick.
Oh, wow.
Cunningham did land a head kick just a couple seconds ago. Campbell didn't really seem affected by it. He just rushed in immediately after, like, no, you're not head kicking me.
Yeah, Campbell will just continually come forward. Wow, another solid head kick from Cunningham.
I don't think that one landed as flush as the first one did, but yeah, he has the speed.
You can tell the danger is ever present. with the kicks of Cunningham coming from every different direction now you can see.
Campbell's trying to get in his own range. You can see him kind of getting in, trying to stay close.
Into the exchange they go. Referee Chris Romulo of Gamma breaks them up to keep the action going. There's definitely no risk of a yellow card for slow action in this fight. Now, what I'm seeing is Campbell pressing the action, but Cunningham doing a nice job just stepping out and escaping out the side. Campbell's not really cutting his angles at all. He's just kind of going in a straight line after him.
Yeah, I agree. And that's part of the problem. That's why he's tying up rather than landing.
Especially with a tall guy like Cunningham, those long legs, he'll get halfway across that ring in 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
He's gone.
That's true. I think that is probably one of the most challenging techniques to work on as a fighter is getting on inside, especially for somebody who has that long range. That's why the quote is the reach advantage. And that ends our round 1. What you see, Liam? What are you seeing so far?
I'm seeing Campbell kind of diving his way in there.
Yeah.
It seems like really trying to get in. Cunningham, an extremely dangerous outside fighter. When they wrap up, Cunningham's doing okay in there as well. So I think Campbell has a tough night ahead of him to try to figure this out. But he's got Diego Dutch Yeagazar in the corner with him, giving him advice. It appears he's telling him to go for the body with the punches and possibly follow with a low kick.
Now we're looking at the
Cunningham
blue corner, and honestly, you can just see that very calm, cool, collected, absorbing everything that his coach says. You can see sometimes when the coach is talking and the fighter's not present, they're in their own head about the round.
Right.
But you saw that sort of like he was attentively listening to those directions.
And that is his father and brother in his corner, Tyrone and Nico Cunningham. So obviously they have that connection that Sensei Ruiz was telling us about earlier, knowing how to communicate with your fighter. And Cunningham training since the age of 7, 19 years old now.
Saw that? Campbell listened to you, Liam. He switched up his movement. He's angling in and out as he starts to step inside rather than running on the inside. Cunningham's smart, though. He was able to fight backing up and throw some kicks as he backed up, but they wound up, stuck to the ropes.
Campbell really, really trying to negate that length advantage that Cunningham has on him. Nice.
Yeah, but you don't have the ability to tie up and clinch like you would in Muay Thai and bring that taller fighter to you. So this changes a lot when it's K1.
Oh, completely, absolutely, Phoenix. I agree, 1,000%. Not having that clinch there really changes the pace of everything and how your strategies have to adjust. Really, so much love for both sports, and fans of one can definitely cross over and be fans of the other, as the both of us are for sure.
Oh yeah, I think I see the value in both arts. Oh, that was nice. Great teep right to the midsection, and that landed pretty flush too.
I think the outside game is definitely where Cunningham is trying to keep it. We're going to see. Here's the thing about Daryl, the Last Dragon Campbell. He does not tire. He does not slow down. He's going to keep coming at you for every round.
Yeah, that's clear.
Exchange of kicks there, fairly even. Cunningham really slick with that movement. The movement is part of his defense. Stepping back out of the way, stepping back, angling away. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, he's able to dictate the pace a lot more that way. Welcome back.
We have the legend with us.
What do you do? Oh, all right, I'll take it. A drink from Andy Sauer. Bring that. A Corona.
Cheers to that.
So this changes a lot when it's K1. Taking a look at the action from that last round again. looking at Campbell sort of
there.
working on trying to get on the inside. Cunningham, again, that longer, rangier fighter.
Yeah, that's got to be very frustrating for Campbell when he can make his way and work to the inside. Then it stops and it goes right back out into Cunningham's preferred range.
Right, because you can see kind of rushing in a little bit. He's got to set a couple things up. Oh, and that was that teep that just sent him
Then
across.
followed it up with another one.
That landed pretty flush, too. I think that was a slip. More than likely that was a slip.
Definitely not a knockdown there. I think this this is starting to go. Yeah, I really can't call it at this point because Campbell seems to have adjusted his tactics in 2 and had a better showing of himself.
He has, but he's not landing anything clean enough to really dictate the pace.
Absolutely right. Yep, I agree. Oh, Cunningham, solid punches as Campbell is trying to make his way inside. Oh, another solid hook, and Campbell responds with a hook of his own. A little slip there for Campbell. This is heating up and getting exciting here. To be the man, you've got to beat the man, as Ric Flair has taught us all, and we have to see who wants this title more.
You see the exchanges, right?
And a little slip there.
It's hard for Campbell, so the canvas is definitely slippery by this point in the night as well.
Yeah.
But you see the effort that it takes him to get in, and then he's out again. If he misses a shot, he's got to follow it up with something while he's in range. And that's, I mean, way easier said than done, okay?
Sure,
but
of course. Cunningham doing a nice job with those teeps, peppering them in there when it seems that Campbell least expects it. Not sure.
Inactivity.
Is that?
I'm going to say it's inactivity because you can see that he's trying to push the action. Cunningham is just kind of waiting and baiting.
So that's
that's
1 point.
Not right. So I did not see the yellow card, but I don't know if it's warning or that was a point. There we go.
Another nice tee from Cunningham, followed by an excellent jumping right kick. Campbell attacks, gets inside.
He took it seriously. He was active,
Yeah.
and that did reap rewards for him on the scorecards.
Accidental low blow. And Cunningham is right back on top of it.
10 seconds left to end this round.
A jump for a jump. Cunningham back to the outside.
I think Cunningham actually landed while they were in the mid-air, though, like a low kick. Nothing hard, but.
I'm gonna say even with the 1 point deduction there for inactivity, which is one of the things that keeps K1 so exciting and so action-packed. Even with that -1 point for Cunningham, I think he's ahead now, and I think he's gonna stay ahead unless Campbell figures out something drastic. He's got to change his tactics somehow to figure this out, because I'd also be concerned about Campbell possibly getting frustrated here, because what a frustrating guy Cunningham's got to be to face in this situation. I mean,
it's tough. It's just somebody that it's very hard to hit, and it's very hard to get on the inside.
Yes.
So what happens? You get frustrated and you run in, and then you run in and you get caught. I mean, it's working for Cunningham's style. You see Diego giving as much direction as possible. And again, he's talking about it. If you're looking at his body language, more than likely use his footwork and cut angles to get himself on the inside.
and again, a task easier said than done when you're facing somebody like Tyrese the Storm Cunningham. I feel like Cunningham, he's got to just keep doing what he's doing. Like, things seem to be going in his favor. Campbell has got to mount some kind of a new offense. He's got to adapt, improvise, and overcome here.
Feints, use his jab.
Oh.
You know, again, work on similar to that, catching kicks and responding. A lot of things you have to do as a smaller fighter, as I would have experience.
I will defer to your experience on that.
I was always the smallest.
And Cunningham may be risking another point if he does not pick up the pace a little bit. I think Cunningham is comfortably ahead at this point, though, to be honest. Cunningham in the blue.
But he does need to pick up the activity as well, especially being the type of style that this is. Teep's been working.
Yep, sure has.
So
Campbell saw that coming.
Yeah.
Stepped out nicely.
So what does Campbell do? He learns, okay, these longer ranger guys are going to teep at me, right? I'm going to drill countering those kicks for like 5 months.
Yeah.
See, that was nice.
I think it was also nice by referee Chris Romulo. Did you see that evasion he did?
Yeah, he did.
Right out of the way. You get a kid like Cunningham. I mean, he's throwing kicks. He could hit you from 4 feet away.
Right.
And, you know, Cunningham doing a nice job of positioning and ring generalship here. Not getting pinned against the ropes. Not getting stuck in a corner. Retaking the center of the ring when he can. But especially when you look at Darrell Campbell, that's a very energy-intensive thing you're trying to do, to get inside there and weather the storm to land a shot or two.
Right.
Very, very difficult task for Darrell, the last Dragon Campbell here. I believe Cunningham comfortably took that round. Campbell not letting up on the pressure.
No, it's a tough fight for him.
Yeah.
Stylistically, it's a tough fight for him. Going into the 5th and final, you see Diego just kind of building him up, just knowing that it's not the end, it's the final opportunity. You still have an opportunity as you go into that round, even if you're down. Because it's the fight game and anything can happen and the human body is vulnerable. And
as Andy Superpower Sauer told us in the pre-fight meeting, one exchange can change the whole night, can change your whole fight, it can change your whole career. So go for it, go for that shot. And I have no doubt, after having seen Campbell a number of times, that he is going to go for this entire round. He's got such heart and such dedication to this sport. And it's my first time seeing Tyrese Cunningham. I am extremely impressed with the young man.
Yep.
A good show of respect between both competitors before this 5th and final championship round.
And we'll see how they finish it out. See, that was great. Good movement. But again, because Cunningham is just a couple seconds faster, a little bit of a step ahead.
And especially with at these higher speeds and the higher levels of experience in the lower weights, you've only got to be half a second faster. The margin of error gets so much smaller and smaller and smaller that it's like a wedge, and you just got to be just a little bit behind or a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that wasn't a... He slipped. He was like letting you know, I tripped. I definitely tripped. That was great. Inside kick.
Little delay in the action here. Campbell seems to be having trouble figuring out this puzzle in the form of Tyrese Cunningham, but no less throwing his every possible effort at it.
I mean, the inside kick to Cunningham's lead leg has been working.
Jumping in there is Campbell. Cunningham responding with a kick and a beautifully timed teep.
That teep has really been the most successful strike of all strikes in this fight.
Campbell with a nice hand combination there, but Cunningham again doing a great job controlling the ring, moving where he wants to, stepping out of range with ease.
But I'll tell you, the judges are also seeing the fact that Campbell is the aggressor, and that even though Cunningham is countering and responding and has some of the more stronger techniques, who would you say is pushing the action?
Campbell's pushing the action for sure.
Right, and that could make the difference here. The judges are not just seeing the 1 or 2 kicks, because he's throwing one or two.
Right.
He's not throwing like big combinations. So we might see some stuff on the scorecard.
I'd be very interested to hear that that score.
Yeah, because that's how you can look at it right now. You can definitely see that even though Cunningham had some of the more successful and cleaner strikes, clean is kind of what you see sometimes, or you perceive, because what linear looks like it hit, because you would see Campbell throw things, but you didn't see anything that was like solid. but he was throwing. So, yeah, I want to see what the scorecards say, because there are some determining factors in the aggression and pushing the action by Campbell, in the counters, the long-rangier, cleaner kicks from Cunningham. So you guys at home, how did you see it? What did you see?
Be sure to follow us, World Kickboxing Series HQ
Let's
on
give it up to both of these fighters. Our first title bout to go the distance. All 5 rounds. Don't sweat the technique. It takes a lot to get it done right here in the ring, and also to get it done in 5 grueling rounds.
Larry Legend is great.
But when the title is on the line, it's just that severe.
As D'Angelo Barksdale once said, how you're never going to be a little bit slow or a little bit late, and it only takes being a little bit behind in a game like this to have the title go from one side to the other.
So nice to compete and have something solid to show for it, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And we are patiently waiting for the judges' scorecards. The room is pregnant with anticipation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 hard-fought rounds of K1 kickboxing combat, we go to the judges' scorecards. Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have scored this bout in favor of your winner as a result of majority decision. The red corner.
There you go.
I called it wrong.
Again, it was about activity and aggression. And even though his shots weren't cleaner, there were more of them. And that's what I was thinking would affect this decision here, especially being K1. You can see Cunningham's not happy about it, but respectful.
Yeah.
And then, listen, Campbell knows, like, man, you gave me a good fight. You gave me a hard fight. You're making me go back to the gym on Monday and say, footwork, getting in, working with Ranger. Everybody teep. Everybody's teep.
Phoenix, you absolutely called that one right in the fact that I didn't see that coming. I thought they would have given it to Cunningham there. Both of them could have earned the nod. I would have liked to have known what the scores were in that if they saw maybe 3 rounds to 2. That seems like a 3 rounds to 2 fight.
Right.
But yeah, you were absolutely right, Phoenix, where the amount of activity, you said who's pressing the action. It was Campbell, no doubt. And congratulations to Daryl, the last Dragon Campbell.
Yeah, this is K1, so activity is really key. You know what I mean? He did get a point deducted, and I don't know if it was the 3rd round. Cunningham had a point deducted in the 3rd round. That's part of it too. Activity,